Good evening, everyone. We're not late at all.
Nope.
We got a lot to get into. There's blood in the streets, carnage in the markets. Tanner's off a plane ride back in Canada. Before we get into everything, take a moment, read the disclaimer. We are not financial advisors. We do not know your situation. Anything we say is our own opinion. Please do your own due diligence. With that being said, Tanner, how you feeling right now after an incredible weekend coming home to this?
Here's the thing. It always sucks whenever this happens. You know, I'm low on cash. These types of moments are extremely painful, and you start to doubt your due diligence, and you double question things, and it's always a hard time being an investor whenever things are going the opposite direction of what you hope. However, that being said, I'm also extremely excited by the actual results of the companies that we're seeing, not the stock prices, but the actual results. And I feel very primed in my portfolio, and I feel very well positioned in the names that I'm actually holding. So, I mean, overall, I feel great, but we're just taking a little punch in the stomach right now, but we'll recover.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think that there is blood in the streets. I have my own personal opinion. I actually just shot a video I'm going to release tomorrow. I'm debating whether I'm going to release it because I may have went a little overboard, but I really don't care, so I'm probably just going to release it. Here's what I think is happening. I think there's too much leverage in the market. I think too many people are on margin. I think people are being stopped out of positions. I think especially in Bitcoin, and I think in things like this, because there's no other rationale. When you, just like you eloquently put it, you look at Microsoft, you look at Meta, you look at Palantir, which could be arguably the best quarter I've ever seen from a business, not numbers wise, from a net income perspective, but just the actual business. Palantir exceeded all expectations. It was incredible. You have SoFi exceeding expectations. Every company that we look at are doing great things. You look at what Alphabet just did. Is search dead? Is search dead? Oh, hell no, it's not. Every bear that said search is dead knows what they can do. Come find me. I want the smoke.
I was going to say, are we getting a little sneak peek of the video that you almost posted?
Maybe. I want all the smoke on that because you know what? I'm one of the few people that was saying, you guys are crazy. Search ain't dead. Every quarter I showed the quarter over quarter growth. And because Claude Code came out with some new legal tool that people are going crazy that SaaS is dead. This is the most ridiculous thing I've heard. So you're going to tell me that people aren't going to use Windows anymore? You're going to tell me that these freaking programs are going to be rewritten? Probably not happening. I think this is all an overreaction. And I just think things are falling so violently that people are getting margin called. I mean, look at this chart, okay? This is really crazy.
That's interesting. So you think like this is a comp because it's fell so far so fast that now we're starting to see financial institutions essentially call up on the margin and just say,
I think people are getting margin called. The S&P.
Then that exacerbates the problem, right?
Exactly, because you are forced to sell into weakness if you don't have cash on hand to backstop your position. Because the only way you can get liquidity to stop a margin call if you don't have cash is to sell assets. Now, in the past 5 days, SPY is down 1.3%. But Nvidia is down 9%. Now, Tanner, is there any reason for Nvidia to be down 9% in the past 5 days when you have all these reports showing you that the time is now?
Dude, the capex from Google, like we just did 91 billion in capex last year, and then I remember having so many conversations with like really good investors. They're like, well, this has to slow down, and they just called for a double the next year. Not 90 to 100, not 90 to 110, not 90 to 120, which was then Wall Street's expectations. $180 billion in capex is the midpoint of their guidance.
Oh, and people want to be scared. What? Because Google can't afford it? Stop it. Just
Look
freaking
at the cash
stop it.
flow.
Just everybody stop it. Everybody stop. And I cannot wait to get Amazon's numbers tomorrow so I can update the sheet that I've been showing for the past 3 months about how much these companies' cash flows have increased because they are investing in themselves. Everybody needs to stop, take a breath, smell the fresh air, because when it comes down to it, the S&P is not really down. And if we go out a month, S&P's flat. So what's really changed? Perception of what AI is going to do to companies. But we can't prove or disprove that. We need to start thinking logically.
You somehow changed the chart to look that the S&P is flat. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, no, a 1 month. I said I changed it to a month. Over the past month, the S&P is flat.
Yeah, but I don't know what line to look at.
I'm sorry. So I'm hovering on S&P right now. It's flat. Meta's the only one up out of these companies, up 3%. But in the past month, Nvidia's down 8%. Palantir's down 17%. AMD's down 10%. Microsoft down 12%. Salesforce down 21%. And ServiceNow down 25%. I mean, we're seeing a carnage in SaaS companies. What, is enterprise software going away? You tell me that the largest companies in the world are going to stop using software as a service. Now, maybe smaller platforms consolidate. Maybe some go under.
Yeah.
Are all of them going under? I think that's a bit too much. And I think that in today's market where information flows so quickly and people make such split decisions because our attention spans are much less, everything gets over exaggerated to the upside and to the downside. And when I look at stuff like this is just irrational. And I want to show you one other thing. Nvidia has actually never been cheaper, in my opinion. Look at the valuation right now, and these numbers can change once they report.
Okay? I was for real thinking about this. I'm like, dude, based on the PEs just today, this is probably a cheaper Nvidia than when I initially purchased this company.
On a PE basis, it definitely is.
Isn't that insane?
It's insane. I mean, think about this. And we don't have whatever the street is going to do after they report in a couple of weeks. I don't know what the numbers are going to be. Okay. But for this year, the midpoint is $7.66 of EPS. They're expecting $9.86 next year and $11.06 the following year. That means that it is trading at 22.74 times this year's earnings and 15.75 times 2028 earnings. You look at Nvidia, Meta, Microsoft, and Amazon. Not a single one of these companies trades over 20 times forward earnings on 2028, and not a single one of them has less than 30% EPS growth. This is a strange time in the market.
Can I also say I am turning into a rare breed of people that actually believe in Jensen Huang's target. He called for $500 billion of revenue. Now that we're starting to see the capex from Google, that should become very clear to people that he was, I'm not going to say sandbagging, but like that was a normal estimate for him. It seemed insane for the market to understand, but Google just literally increased their capital expenditures from Wall Street's consensus, which was 120. They put up 180 billion. That's a 50% increase from Wall Street consensus. Like all the numbers that people are using to try to guide, like even your numbers for going out to 2028 at 15 times, I think that's BS. I bet it's way under that because the Wall Street guidance, if you go and check what Wall Street is looking for revenue, it doesn't equal 500 billion over the next 5 quarters. But that is what the Jensen is saying that they're looking for, not including China, not including Anthropic, Humane, XAI, or many of the other deals that they've just recently written. So I know this is a little bit like, you know, the criticism that I got from people that listen to our podcast is that we're a little bit too excitable whenever it comes to, the way that we talk about our companies.
Hey, I'm going to stop you right there. I don't care what anybody thinks about that, okay? They can go put out their own stuff. They can put out their own opinion. But I am going to look at the numbers factually. And what I am looking at right here and what you are looking at and everybody watching is looking at are the consensus estimates from the street. Not you, not me. We didn't make these numbers. And as you said, these are probably downplayed just a little bit. And if you have Nvidia that's going to grow at 63.5% this year, and then by 52% on revenue next year, probably a little cheap.
All I'm trying to say is that, like, I fully feel the pain of whenever markets are going down, that, like, to say things are not only just going to get back to normal, but break new highs. This is the reason why I see that, because earnings are being posted and we're seeing Google not just like rotate from a search business to a Google Cloud business, not Meta end up fully going in and hoping and praying for glasses. But no, the core businesses are seeing insanely high growth. We're finding some of the biggest companies, $4 trillion businesses, are growing at 18+% revenue. They have PEs that are cheaper than the broader S&P 500. They have fortress balance sheets, and all this capital expenditures, including the $180 billion, is not expected to bring down free cash flow, because the operating cash flow on that is looking to grow with, Google, with Meta, with all of these other businesses. So all the capital expenditures, the spend on artificial intelligence from the big names, are being paid for in cash. Okay. And I'm not talking about OpenAI. Of course, there's names in here that have to secure a lot of debt. But if you are to look out, like, if people are concerned about OpenAI imploding and all of these things, look at the rate in which Google is expanding their capital expenditures from 90 billion to 180 billion. I'll tell you what, they are going to be in a similar trend of OpenAI spending about $1.4 to $1.5 trillion over the next 5 years at this rate. Like, as things are starting to come into view, people are realizing maybe OpenAI is not that crazy to realize that like, how much demand for compute there truly is. And there is a few names that are clear winners in this space. I would place that at TSM, Broadcom, potentially AMD, even Nvidia, and a lot of this spend is going to flow into those names, yet those names are also equally getting sold off. AMD went down like 17%. So how can you sell off SaaS and the compute names? I just don't understand how that gets done.
Oh, wait, because we want to put Walmart at $1 trillion market cap.
Well, I think Walmart deserves it too. Honestly.
I don't know about that, but.
Well, I think, you know what's the same thing with the internet is that all companies benefited off of
everybody, the
internet, right? There's internet names, but then there's companies that also just began to sell e-commerce, take on online payments. Like, Home Depot benefits from the internet. I think the same thing with artificial intelligence. You're going to see Walmart benefit greatly, help with their logistics businesses, everything.
Not just AI, but robotics also. There's no
100%.
Yeah.
I do like Walmart. I'm not even that mad at Walmart. They have an expensive valuation, but
it's an amazing company. It's one of the best American companies there is. I just think that if you're going to give Walmart that valuation, there are companies like Microsoft that deserve the same valuation, if not higher. That's my beef with Walmart.
Yeah, or even Amazon.
Right.
They have a cloud business and the e-commerce business.
Agreed.
They're going to benefit from all the things that Walmart is and more.
Agreed. Look, I want to address one thing. People are talking about empathy. Look, I'm feeling the same amount of pain as everybody else. There's, nobody wants to see a down day. Okay. Nobody wants to see less money in their portfolio. Let's be very
fully
clear
deployed.
with that. But at the same time, as capital allocators of investors in stocks and ETFs, okay, you have to be ready for stocks to go down, and you have to embrace it. This is my own personal opinion. I don't invest money I cannot afford to lose, period. Like, the market going down, if that impacts my sleep or my day-to-day, then I shouldn't be investing. That's all there is to it. The markets are going to fluctuate. The markets are going to go down. The last thing that you want is a market to go sky high in a straight line up. It's going to fall just as hard down. The retracements are healthy, but right now it feels like it is something else. And in all seriousness, this is why I invest a lot in the S&P, because I'm not feeling as much pain as others right now. And as a forced buyer, and this is one thing I've never understood, as a forced buyer in retirement accounts, every 2 weeks, most people their exposure is to index funds, whether it's a total market fund or an S&P fund. It always amazes me when people freak out about the market going down 5%. It's like, well, you don't want to buy stocks cheaper in 2 weeks from now? I mean, if you have 20 years ahead of you, you should want the market to retrace. I mean, is this scarier than COVID? No. Is this scarier than Liberation Day? No. But everybody who was investing then in index funds, look at what you bought those shares for in March and in April when it bottomed out. Look at Liberation Day, what you bought your shares of the total markets, the target dates or the S&P funds in April and May of this year, and look at where they are now. You're doing pretty damn good. So I don't freak out about these things. That's just me.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. So do you want to get into a little bit about Google specifically? Like we talked about cloud, we talked about search, but did you listen to the call fully yet?
I was working late. I did not listen to it. I need to go through it. And you're right. There is no crying in the casino. Okay. 100% correct. Right. This is not something to freak out over. This is something where there's blood in the streets. Look for opportunities. I'm seeing opportunities.
Yeah, I like the exact same like so this is what I've sort of been preaching is maybe this is not for everyone. Maybe if people have too high of exposure in names that they actually don't feel too comfortable in, and hopefully that they were trying to catch a trend or momentum trades. That's not really where I want to be right now. I want to be in fundamentally strong businesses that I feel are getting oversold on this idea that like software or even certain financial names like Robinhood and SoFi are just getting oversold. It's like, I don't even need to do a lot of due diligence on those names if they're down 11%. Where I feel like I can get caught off guard is if I look for a new name, right? A company that ends up seeing 15, 16% drawdowns, you might want to move in on those names, but you don't know them well. You're not listening to the earnings calls. You don't know what their product differentiation is versus their competitors. I wouldn't rush into those names because once again, then you're just buying into companies that you hope that someone else has done the due diligence on. I think now is the time to double down on things that you know that are cheaper and you sort of just can lower your average or get good prices on things like, for me, Robinhood, SoFi, Meta, Microsoft. Like these are easy to know names for me, and much cheaper than where they were sitting not too long ago, yet fundamentals are only improving. Google even improving like crazy. It's not super high off its highs, but after this quarter, it actually makes the company much cheaper. So it's a cheaper name tomorrow morning, assuming there's no big change in the after hours than it was yesterday.
And that's one of the biggest things, that do your own due diligence, have a thesis, and if something didn't change, it can become broken stocks very easily, not broken companies. These companies are not broken companies. Microsoft is not a broken company. Alphabet is not a broken company. Nvidia is not a broken company. And I think that when you look at Micron, you look at SanDisk, you look at Taiwan Semi increase in capex, you look at what AMD said on the call, you look at the capex spend from these companies, it's hard for me to envision doing the due diligence, because I do all my own due diligence. Okay. And I think a lot of people that freak out don't do the level of due diligence that we do. No fault. Not everybody has that type of time. Not everybody wants to, but you got to know what you're owning. You got to have a thesis. And if there are things that are making the market freak out, but has nothing to do with the thesis on Nvidia, why are people selling off Nvidia? I mean, it's down from what, 212 to 174 over basically nothing. Like, that's crazy. Like, over basically nothing.
Another thing too, yeah, it's so funny. Like, I've already said it, but it just really doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how can you sell off the SaaS names and the AI names at the same time? You think all business is coming to an end?
No, it's not.
But what was I going to say? So There are some names in the market that have shown off earnings. I think PayPal is probably the biggest example, at least in these communities, because Steve and I have covered that name and probably held it in the past, before, where they ended up showing off essentially a triple miss. Okay, the company ended up like dropping a ton. I don't think those are the types of names to rush into and try to buy those dips, because that's still very scary. That's a company that's underperforming. But there are companies that are dropping on triple beats, on way better than expected earnings. And those are the ones that people should look at as being like, wow, that's the real deals.
Why don't we talk about that company real quick? I mean,
PayPal?
No, I was going to say SoFi because I thought that's what you meant about triple beat.
Well, yeah. Well, I just think a lot of companies have triple beat. Like Google, that's exactly what they just did, and they're selling off on that news.
Yeah, but Google's not selling off hard enough. Where
Uber, AMD. I mean, you can list a bunch of companies that have just put up amazing earnings and got demolished.
I mean, the two companies that are interesting here are PayPal and SoFi, and I have my own thoughts on both.
I would not look, Steve, for real. I just said the opposite. I
didn't say I like PayPal. I said I have thoughts on PayPal.
Sure, talk.
I mean, so I've been very clear about it. I freaking went off last night about it when Matt and I were talking, and I think that leadership did a bad job. I don't think that they did the right things, and I don't think there's anything that this company can do to get the market excited at this point, except go on a major acquisition spree. They need to forego the buybacks. The market does not care about the buybacks at all. They have burned profitability buying back all these shares. And this is something I was bullish on. I downgraded it. I got out, and it's worse than I thought. And here's why. When you see a company do this, okay, they were in July of 2022, 71. Okay. They've gone sideways and then down for 3.5 years. Yeah. And in that 3.5 years, look at the amount of shareholder capital they have burned. Okay. Look at the buybacks. They are right here. In 2022, $4.5 billion in buybacks, $5.3 billion in 23, $6.4 billion in 2024, and $6.4 billion this year. They've done $24 billion worth of buybacks in that period, and the stock's done nothing but go down. That capital should have been used for acquisitions or dividend to actually give cash back to shareholders. And I get it. I love buybacks. Okay. So don't try coming at me that I don't understand that it's the easiest and most tax efficient way to return capital to shareholders, because I get it. I'm Captain Buyback, not you. I'm talking to anybody who may be listening to this. I'm Captain Buyback, and it's taking a page out of Apple's book because it's what made Apple expand their EPS when revenue wasn't growing. So I get it, but not when the stock is doing that and you are basically buying shares back at 80 and it just keeps falling and falling. At some point, the market doesn't care, and you have to think about the future. And if you want to reward shareholders, put a dividend, a real dividend in their pockets, because that will offset some of the pain. It may even get other people interested. At this point, PayPal's got two options. Take the company private and stop dealing with the public markets. I guess they have three options. They could look to get acquired and put it out and try to get somebody to buy them. Or they can think about who they can acquire. They got $6 billion they're going to do in buybacks this year. Halt the damn buybacks. Think about who you can acquire, because it's do or die for them at this point.
Yeah. I mean, even if they go private, it doesn't stop their own internal bleeding. I mean, it stops us from seeing it, but it doesn't change anything for them. That's why I don't think they're rushing into going private. And then if they look to be acquired and they start exploring that sale, then that changes the whole price of the business, right? If you're looking to sell, that's not quite the same multiple that you're going to get as if someone's looking to acquire you.
Well, what does it say that we're not even hearing rumors that anybody is even interested
in
acquiring them? Like, think about this. from a numbers perspective, at a 30, I mean, the fact that the market cap is under 40 billion and they're doing 6 billion of free cash flow, the fact that nobody is coming in to scoop them up right now says that the market does not have faith that PayPal is going to be a market leader in the next 3 to 5 years. That's what they're telling you.
Yeah. Did you see Anthony Noto's comments about PayPal?
I love it.
How funny.
There's only one person that should buy PayPal.
Well, I would freaking hate, dude. Obviously,
There's
like,
only one person that should buy it.
Apple.
No.
Oh,
Elon.
you floated that idea, so
Elon.
No, he's not going to do that.
I mean, you don't know that he's not.
I don't like.
I mean, at this point, you could probably buy it for 50 billion, and you get the free cash flow, and you freaking integrate into freaking X.
I think why, like, they have something like 24,000 employees or something ridiculous like this. Like, why would you want to take on this whole problem? Like, they have so much tech debt that it's actually like, it's probably better to just start over.
I mean, PayPal should just buy OnlyFans at this point.
I mean, and that might be the way that they work out of this, is that they try to grow out of it.
I don't know. What else can they buy? I mean, in all seriousness, what Venmo, that's a freaking dud. I mean, who uses Venmo over Zelle? In all seriousness.
I would say that's one of the only factors of their business that is growing, but
no, I get it, but think about it. Freaking everybody I've talked to, they don't use Venmo, they use freaking Zelle.
Only Pals? That's funny.
Only Pals is funny. That'd be awesome. But there's too much competition in the space. They need to start acquiring and grow out of this. Otherwise, I don't know how much worse it can get. I didn't think the market cap was going under 40. And if this thing gets into the 30s, I wonder if an activist comes in.
Oh, that's what they need.
Like, they need Elliott Management or somebody to come in and freaking turn this around.
Yeah. Or chop this company up for parts.
100%.
It literally was a question on the earnings call. They said, "Are you exploring just selling off assets and seeing what you can get?" Like it's that bad right now. Like, unreal. But that is not a company I am looking to buy down here. There are companies that are surprising on earnings. I would not pick the companies that are losing market share. At, like, I'm sure somebody can buy those companies, but as Charlie Munger used to say, it's better to buy in an excellent company at a fair price than a fair company at an excellent price.
Agreed.
Okay. And PayPal can come off cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, but at the end of the day, like, it's so much easier to buy a growing company, because then you have like times on your side. The longer it takes for that company to come back, like a SoFi back when it was $4, no one was freaking out because, well, I mean, some people were freaking out.
A lot of people were freaking out. Let's not get it twisted.
I wasn't freaking out because if time goes on.
Do you know how much shit I used to get for putting out those articles when it was $5 and $6?
I mean, yeah, but
we could go back and read the comments. I got a lot of shit for that.
And every single line of their business was taking market share. You expel that over 3, 4, 5 years, it's going to be a completely different business than where it is.
Agreed.
So, but PayPal on the other side is actually quite different. Like 3, 4, 5 years down the line, does slight negative EPS turn into larger negative EPS next year, into teens level of decline? Like it can get worse and worse and worse and worse. So as you model declining revenue over time and loss of market share, you actually start to model out worse and worse and worse and worse. No bueno for me.
No, look, PayPal scares me. This now becomes a question of, holy shit, Verizon's 47. Thanks for telling me, Lena. Damn. Who called that one? Me. Just saying. And Chris, to be fair. Right. Nobody likes those boring companies. But when it comes to PayPal, the question is, when do we become vultures? Because at some point, there is value. It's just, I don't even know if we're there yet. And that's the crazy part.
Well, the problem is, I thought I was a vulture picking this name up at, like, 65 2 years ago. So,
Yeah.
honestly, I've never been a good vulture. I like fine dining, baby, and buying expensive names like Shopify and SoFi and Robinhood and all the companies that people say are way too expensive, but they're
you
market
just don't
leader.
like upswings like this getting paid freaking 6% still in a dividend.
I wouldn't have been able to spot it. I know my strengths.
I told you about it. You didn't have to spot shit.
Here's the thing, Steve. I let you take your victory run. I swear I've never heard you say Verizon once, and I've only heard it out of Chris Patel. So I'll let you take it. I don't know. I don't watch the streams every day, but you have not told me about Verizon. Chris told me about Verizon.
I told you about Verizon.
Maybe take your victory lap.
Maybe
I don't know.
I said Verizon to a lot of people, but
yeah, that's fair.
I'm pretty sure I have, but maybe I didn't. But I say it all the time.
You pitched me on Cisco and Citibank. I know those for sure.
Have you seen Cisco lately? Have you? We had breaking news last night. Do we still have breaking news? We kind of have breaking news still. That Cisco, after 2.5 decades, is at all-time highs. I'm very proud of Cisco.
There you go.
I mean, nobody wanted to buy it when it had a dividend of 3.5% to 4%, except for me.
You guys saying I don't want, dude? We don't have time. Steve doesn't watch my streams.
Other streams, everyone. Seriously.
Yeah, I actually pop into Steve's stream as often as I can. That's, from time to time you see me in the chat, but I can't watch everything.
Yeah, look, we are all super busy. We don't really catch everybody's streams.
Yeah. I was in Amit's chat. I was like, so what are you interested in right now? And he's like, bro, I've said this 1,000 times. I was like, you haven't told me. Like,
and we have so many group texts. It's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
But no, there's good companies that are doing good, and there are great companies that are getting sold off. I think it's overdone, and I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to the fact that I think this is a lot of leverage and a lot of margin calls happening and people getting stuck without cash to backstop it. I truly believe that.
Yeah. So tomorrow.
Amazon. What about tomorrow, Tanner?
Amazon.
They're going to crush earnings. I'm convinced. Oh, let's not forget, Alphabet has a major position in SpaceX. Let's not forget that. They're going to do great on that. And then on Amazon, let's not forget they own, 15 or 20% of Anthropic?
Yep. Yeah, 15, I think.
I'm super excited for tomorrow. I think Amazon's going to do great. I think they're going to crush it. What about you?
Well, do you think the stock is going to crush it or the fundamentals? Because I thought that Google was going to crush on numbers, but I actually called to say that it was going to be a dump on the stock because everything is just immediately you're going to the gulag on everything.
Alphabet's also run a lot over the past 6 months. Amazon is trailed behind. So I'm not shocked that Alphabet's kind of taking a breather. I actually said I think Alphabet and Apple will take a breather for a while and the other 4 will run because I'm looking at this as a spectacular 6, not the Mag 7. And I think it's Amazon's time. It's going to depend on margin. And I think that they're going to do very well. We'll see. I think that this sell-off is almost done.
Yeah.
I think it's getting exhausted.
I sure hope so. I'm trying to find some money between the cushions to see what I can, muster up and purchase. But also, that's another thing. How do you end up purchasing this? Do you try to buy individual names, or do you just like get a SaaS ETF and just like pour it into that, just knowing that the SaaS names are?
Look, I think you got to have a lot of guts to go after these companies here. Okay, and I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I think that you can just buy more of an S&P index fund and get exposure to all of them and play it safe like that. If I was going to go after individual ones, there are 2 that I really like. Okay. One that I think is starting to warm up to being able to add to. Is going to shock some people. All right. Two of them are not going to shock people. One of them are. Salesforce, I think, is way overdone to the downside. Salesforce under 200 is insane. I mean, the numbers don't even make sense. You're now talking about Salesforce trading at 15 times this year's earnings and 11 and a half times 2028. It's cheaper than tobacco companies. Just saying. And we got their guidance out to 2030 during Dreamforce. So we know where they're guiding for. ServiceNow, I think, is now very inexpensive. I'm going to let you guess what the third one is that most people won't guess.
Me?
Yeah.
Zeta.
It's going to shock people. No, not Zeta. Everybody knows I'm bullish Zeta. It's something I was very bullish on that I went neutral on. I've been critical of.
SoFi.
I'm still bullish SoFi. Palantir.
Tesla?
Palantir.
That makes sense. But I thought you wanted sub 100.
Listen, Palantir at 139 after that quarter that they did and that guidance that they gave, and understanding how net dollar retention works, and the fact that they did 680 deals of $1 million or more this year, that is not included in net dollar retention, and it's on a rolling 12 months.
139%.
I think that they're sandbagging the numbers, and I think that, look, right now, is it expensive? Yes. But on a forward basis, Palantir at 55 times 2028 earnings with 92% EPS growth over the next 2 years, with the Department of War going all in on Palantir and companies going all in on Palantir, I think that it's interesting. Now, I'm not saying it can't keep going down, but this is getting inexpensive for a company with that much growth.
Yeah. No, I mean, the earnings are insane.
I mean, 70%.
Yeah.
They guided
39% net dollar retention. It's like, oh my god. They
guided for 61%. They'll probably do 65 to 70% next year. I mean, this is an incredible company where the growth is actually accelerating, and they're not a sub $1 billion revenue company. I mean, at this rate, let's say they actually get to 65% next year. What are they going to guide for the following year? 50%? And then they'll end up doing freaking over 10 billion in revenue in 2027 at a 50 or 55% free cash flow margin. I'm telling you, I'm starting to come around to upgrading Palantir pretty hard.
Yeah. Dude, if I didn't have the position that I have in Nvidia, this would be the only name that I'm acquiring. So,
which name?
Nvidia.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So what I am doing is I'm putting some money, like I said, Hood, SoFi, Nebius, whenever I have cash. These are going to be some, like, I don't understand. Like, you end up seeing Google and Azure and all this. Google just put up 48% cloud growth. Like, how is that even possible?
Futures are up. Futures are out. NASDAQ is up 167. I mean, dare I say, and I don't want to get ahead of myself.
I would not say what you're about to say.
I don't want to jinx it, but I do think we're getting close to finding a bottom on tech. I do.
I'm just, I'm really excited about the cloud names. I'm like, you see it in the capex. Every company that ended up posting capex was way, way higher than what people expected for 2026. I literally don't know how Nvidia has a 170 handle in front of it. I mean, this should have a $200 handle in front of it, and then we figure out where the price goes from there.
It doesn't make sense.
You know, I think growth and then guidance going forward is going to be so much higher than what people expect. Like Google, TPUs, yeah, big part of their story. Go look at how many times they mentioned Nvidia on their call. I mean, there's no reduction in reliance. They need Nvidia. They toted on their own earnings call as being a bull case, saying, hey, we are going to be first to market to get the Vera Rubin chips. Imagine saying, like, Imagine having a product that's so useful that just says like, hey, you know why you should buy our stock? Because we bought someone else's product. Like, think about that for a second. This is the company that people are fading right now. Do you watch them continue to accelerate growth even past 65%?
I mean, think about this. Microsoft has done $175 billion in EBITDA over the trailing 12, and people are fading Microsoft. They've put up $160 billion in cash from operations. Now, I haven't run Alphabet's new numbers because I didn't see the report, but as of yesterday, it was the most cash from operations from any company in the stock market, and it's getting faded. We're in an irrational market right now for the greatest companies in the market. I'm sorry, Walmart and JP Morgan are not the greatest companies in the market. Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Alphabet, Nvidia, those are the greatest companies in the market, and they're being faded. They're not slowing down. They're not freaking stopping. They're defining how we will be using technology in the future. Nobody can compete with them. And I am very confident saying that.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But you know what?
Insane.
So let's imagine that every time that this is the sort of thought experiment that I like running through. Every time that the market ran up to new highs, we ended up seeing those highs, but then the company flatlined. If we just stayed stagnant the entire time until we ended up testing new all-time highs, how boring of a market that would be and how much worse our performance would be, rather than adding in that volatility of actually seeing the drawdowns. The exciting part about the drawdowns is that you actually end up getting to accumulate shares on companies you believe in at prices that you probably never thought that we would be back at. Like, for example, SoFi almost breaking back into the teens today. It's like, who would have even thought that we could have even added at 20 whenever it was up at 30, 32? The drawdown sucks, but the ability to add is a blessing if you're a long-term shareholder.
Are you adding to SoFi?
Yeah. Dude, you act like they're not growing at 30+%, and yet
I get it. I have a problem with SoFi.
We talked earlier, and you said, yeah, you know, the market's treating them like a bank. Banks are going up. SoFi's getting sold off. Why aren't they getting treated like a bank? The market is treating them in whatever way disservices them the most right now.
Right, but there's a little bit of a difference when you look at JP Morgan and Citigroup. I mean, JP Morgan is trading at a freaking PE of 15.
I get it. What's Citigroup's growth over the years? The growth that SoFi is going to put up this year is probably Citigroup's combined 5-year growth.
Citigroup is not a story about the growth. It's been a story about how discounted it was on tangible book value.
I don't care. I don't care what it's about. I'm saying
you're Captain Growth. I know you don't care about anything except for growth. I get that. I'm just saying Citigroup was a unique situation where their not book value, but their tangible book value was 96 and they were trading for 44. There was a true imbalance, and Jane Fraser has done a great job at turning it around. And now the street is barely giving them a premium. That was a true arbitrage moment. All I'm saying about SoFi is that they are not being treated as a growth company. They're being treated as a financial institution. And that's the problem. We need to change the narrative.
If you're a growth company or a value company, the end result is what's the long-term return on these names, right? And Google, the reason why it was so expensive in 2001 or, you know, along the years of 2000 into 2010 and everything, everyone said, you know, this company had a crazy premium on it. It's because now on a per quarter basis, not because, you know, they had low amounts of revenue but high growth rates. It's like, okay, yeah, but growth doesn't matter as much as putting up big numbers. It's like, no, today they're doing $114 billion in revenue. Growth rates lead to real returns over time. So SoFi might not be putting up the numbers that a Citigroup is putting up or anything along these lines, but as time progresses, to pay this price for what's going to happen 3 years down the line, even like not even looking 5-10 years out, but this $3.6 billion of revenue that they just ended up putting up is about to turn into $8 billion in 3 years. That's a pretty interesting price to pay for a company that's at like a 35 times PE, forward PE.
I'm
Like,
not disagreeing with you. I think SoFi is undervalued here. I think that the reality is that the market is lumping it into the financials and not looking at it as a growth company. And I think it's a problem because you're right. None of the other banks are doing what they're doing. And the potential for SoFi is incredible. It's just the market's discounting it at the moment.
yeah, but the market and I don't always see eye to eye. Sometimes,
Agreed. Same here.
sometimes we do and I get rich, but I mean, during the times of, these sort of disconnects that I have to add, I've never considered myself like somebody that needs to be trying to find the consensus or something like this. I've been contrarian on a lot of takes, but and I'll adjust if I get it wrong, but I have to be wrong on the numbers, not on the timing of the sentiment. That's why I don't play options. I'm not good at any of that stuff. You guys can follow other YouTubers to tell you what the charts say, but I'm just looking at the numbers, and I believe I have. I'd like to think I know. Well, okay. I don't know where the future is going to go, but I'd like to think that more people are going to be spending more money digitally, more robots, more artificial intelligence. I just think whatever's faster, cheaper, and easy to use is going to be adopted over time. And the fact that the market sometimes doesn't see it that way is the easiest alpha you can find in the entire market. It drives me nuts.
I'm with you. I know that I can't pick the top. I know that I cannot pick the bottom. And I know that my strength is having an iron stomach and being able to withstand volatility and being able to average into a position. Look at Zeta. I said it from the beginning. I want to be in it. I think it's going to be a much bigger company in 2 years from now. I don't know if it's done going down. I started a position at 20. I bought more at 19. I bought more today around 17. And if it slides more, I'll keep buying more. If it goes up, I'll keep buying more. The position is not built out yet, but I never allocate 100% off the jump because I know that my strength is not calling a bottom.
Can you just put up Steven's comment in chat at 8:47? You did just say you think this is the bottom.
No. When I say it, I'm talking about Zeta individually. As an aggregate, I think that the tech sell-off is exhausted and pretty much done. Now, on individual names can still go down further, but in the aggregate, I think the pain is pretty much even keel at this moment. I just don't see how, with the Spectacular Six doing what they're doing, if Amazon crushes it tomorrow, I mean, you got to have one hell of a black swan event to freaking say that these companies are not going to do what they say they're going to do in 26.
Yeah. What are some other topics?
Well, we got to answer this. So, Kelly's here. What's going on, Kelly? Thoughts on Nebius?
Nebius.
Nebius.
I think it is Nebius, but I just like Nebius.
I still think it's interesting. I should probably buy more. I think that what we're seeing, and I want to read through Alphabet's report tonight. I think what we're seeing is we just need more cloud in general, and they're going to continue to do well. I don't have a crazy thesis on it. I think it's a byproduct of what we're seeing, and I think it's in a better position than CoreWeave, and that's why I went with it.
I think Andreas asked me the same question before, but I really like Nebius. I think that, you can almost do a sum of the parts on that name just because ClickHouse and Toloka and AV Ride have all had, massive increases in their valuations, that those subsidiaries alone and the stakes that Nebius has in those stakes is worth a large percentage of the overall market cap of Nebius now at only $20 billion. They're growing leaps and bounds faster than essentially any of the other mining names, way faster than CoreWeave. They build to own, not just rent. They've got a team that is not just being stitched together for data centers now, but ones that have been working together for an extremely long time under Yandex, which all these guys were cloud engineers before. Now they all know how to work together today. So I love the management. I love the team. I love, you know, the product cadence, the fact that they're at full capacity. They're not looking for customers. They have, you know, the guidance is huge, and every single day it looks like they're either closing in on new data centers or furthering the advancements of the ones that they already have. So, like everything about Nebius, CoreWeave is pretty interesting as well, but I like them for a completely different reason. Like, I like the fact that they have such a strong relationship with Nvidia, and it almost seems like a, you know, Nvidia's proxy to actually get into the data center space without actually being in that space themselves, and having to sort of play the capex game and scare their, you know, customers away from them actually competing with them. They can play like, you know, it's a little bit of 4D chess for them.
So I want to address a few things. One, thank you everybody for being here. We really appreciate it. For everybody in the chat that was at the meetup, it was awesome hanging out and meeting everybody. And for everybody that didn't come, I would highly recommend, if one of the meetups is in your area, to go. It was an incredible time, and the feedback that I got from everybody was amazing. I'm not dodging the BMNR comments, so that was one of the things I want to address. Am I still buying BMNR? I'm going to. I never said that I'm going to get everything right. I never said I'm going to bat 1,000. I got a pretty good track record, and BMNR is a position in a very diversified portfolio. Is it down? Yeah. Is it down 50%? Not on my average. On some people's average, it is. But this is, once again, it's crypto. I have no idea what's happening. But I do believe in Ethereum, so I am buying more Ethereum and more BMNR. And I have the time to wait it out. And I've always said this, if you don't have a thesis on crypto and you don't believe in Ethereum, you have no business buying BMNR, period. Crypto can keep going down. I mean, I don't think that anybody is of the mind that it just has to go up. I mean, it can keep going down. But once again, I can wait 5 years. I don't care. Like, it is what it is. So, am I still buying it? I'm planning on averaging down still. That's what I will say about BMNR, period. The other thing that I wanted to address was...
Wait, real quick. Could I touch on my ideas on BMNR real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I don't actually think that the bull case on Ethereum has changed at all. Okay, there's not been a new way to handle stable coins or something along these lines. Like, all the reasons that the massive financial institutions like JP Morgan or BlackRock, you know, trying to get on Ethereum, including even like the Swift network, none of that has changed. The price is extremely volatile. We might be right in the middle of a crypto winter, and in fact, Ethereum, like Tom Lee, I think, was wrong on the idea that Ethereum has broken away from the 4-year cycle, and it might still be in that 4-year cycle, which means we got the timing wrong, and that you know, the performance will be worse in that regard. But I don't actually think that the investment or what BMNR is doing is wrong in that matter. It's just they are tied to Ethereum, right? If Ethereum goes down, BMNR is going to continue to slide. Crypto is an extremely speculative, high-risk asset. Adjust that to the allocation to your portfolio. I wouldn't let this be, you know, one of your top positions, because can it continue to fall? Absolutely. There are things that hold, you know, Meta or Google or some of these names, like ServiceNow can keep falling, but it can't, at least in my opinion, fall down to zero. Like, unless you have some crazy amount of debt or something like this, it's hard for companies to go bankrupt whenever they continue to make more profit and don't have large expenses, right? That's hard to do. Ethereum can freaking continue to go down all at once. There's nothing tying it aside from previous technicals, potential ratios to Bitcoin and Bitcoin's rainbow charts. It's all a little fugazi in my opinion. So, yeah, these are speculative assets versus equities.
Yeah, listen, I don't disagree. It's one of those things where I'm holding, I'm a buyer. If it doesn't work out in the end, it doesn't work out, but I think it will. So I'm moving on from this right now, but same thing as Tanner. The reality is I'm still buying at some point, and I still believe in Ethereum. SoFi, I still love SoFi. I think this is overdone. I would love to see Noto come out and say a few things. So maybe he'll get the chance, hopefully. So we'll see. You know, there's a lot of great names. And I think a lot of this is overdone. And this is where people make a lot of money because if they have conviction and they pick individual stocks correctly, they can do well. It's also something where you have to know that the reality is not everything's a winner and you're never going to bat 1,000. But weak hands get shaken out. And I do think the more I think about it, this is a lot of margin calls. I really do.
Sure. Yeah. I never gave too much thought onto what is sort of adding additional fuel to this fire. I told you that something was happening on my account. I'm not going to say specifics.
Yeah.
But can I hype up the timeline on that?
Yeah, sure. And then I'm going to make an announcement. So, yes.
Yeah, this is my announcement.
Yeah, go ahead. You have the floor, sir.
This Friday is the current expectation. How much should I say, Steve? I can't say super specific.
I would just say this. You want me to do it for you? You trust me enough? I'll do it right. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right. So this Friday, there will be a stream that you're going to want to watch on Tanner's channel.
It's not a stream, though. It's not a stream.
Well, there's a video that will come out on Tanner's channel that you're going to want to watch. And it's going to be really good. And a lot of people in the community are really going to like it. And if you're following us for a long time, it's something that you're going to like. So I'm excited. Tanner called me around 7:35 or so right before this to talk to me about it. And I'm very happy for him. And I'm very excited to see this. So it's going to be good.
The whole community is going to go nuts.
Yeah, I think you're still a little shocked that it's going to happen.
They're going to go nuts.
So let's leave it at that. Nobody start guessing because we're not going to tell you.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything. Saying anything. But
so, do you want to say anything else about it?
No. It should be a lot of fun. Friday night-ish is, I think, when we're looking to post the video.
It's going to be awesome.
I'll give all my I don't want to give too much away. That's it. You can go ahead.
Okay. So Ahmed and I did come up with a name for the podcast.
Grinders.
It's not Grinders. You'll find out tomorrow. It's happening. And for those of you that were not at the meetup, I don't know if Amit said it on his channel, but the first guest, if you saw my Instagram, is Josh Brown. So I'm telling everybody right now, I don't gas things up. I have watched the episode twice. I gotta tell you, it is so freaking good. And this guy is a class act. What he talks about and the stories he goes into, I've never heard him talk that much about these things in any sit down that he's done in an interview. And I try to watch almost everything he does. It's going to make a lot of people very interesting. And I think because I'm from Long Island and he's from Long Island, there were certain things that were talked about. So it's going to be really good. So
Yeah, some people are saying the exact same thing. Whenever I saw those pictures, I was like, dude, Josh Brown's a giant.
He is massive.
Yeah.
He's
Doesn't come
big guy.
across whenever you sit behind the desk in like the compound, right? So
Yeah, I think he's like 6'3".
yeah.
He's a big guy. He's cool. And he's so upbeat, hilarious stories. And our second guest, it was freaking awesome too. Some people know, not a lot of people do. We're not going to say who the second guest is yet, but a couple of our buddies came to the taping. And
is that not public information?
I don't think anybody said it. So I'm not going to say it, but the second one was really good, and it was a really good discussion.
Can I just say something? I won't be giving it away by saying this, but I'm pretty sure Amit said it at the meetup that 1,000 cameras were pointed at him when he said it.
Oh, I mean, I didn't hear him say it, so just in case, I'm not going to say it. But listen, I would love to get Stephanie Link on. She's great.
So not Stephanie Link.
No, it's not Stephanie Link, but would love to get her on. She's great.
Yeah. Okay, we good there then?
I mean, I'll keep going for a little bit if you want to stay. I mean, I'm not looking to. I mean, I'm not writing tonight, so I can go another 20 minutes if you want, or if you want to go, whatever you want. Up to you.
Yeah, if there's nothing to cover, well, I mean, of course, there's always something to cover, but
you know, let's do this. What were your thoughts about the meetup? Because I haven't discussed this yet, and I gotta tell you, I was blown away by the amount of people that came and the young people that came. I mean, there was a lot of 18 to 20-year-olds that I was talking to, and it made me excited that there's more people interested in their financial future than I thought. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah. And like 70-year-olds as well. Like the age range was very broad. But no, it was cool to talk with everyone there. I mean, the whole event was so well organized. It was unbelievable. I'm going to be probably doing my own here in Toronto in August.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it worked out so phenomenally, and like I was like, I need to do one of these. Like, you know, it might not be the same size as Amit's, but I think I have a large enough community that we can make something great happen. I just love the whole vibe. So yeah, really liked bouncing the ideas off people in terms of you know, what people are investing in, and getting to see you and Amit and Matt Money and even a lot of the mods. I had such an amazing time meeting Amit Patel and all these guys. Like, it was just
Michelle and Ray. I mean, it was great.
Oh yeah,
it was great.
Yeah. I've been texting back and forth with Michelle about Harry Potter and stuff like that. So it's
yeah, it was great.
Been a good time.
This is the link for our podcast. Go subscribe. I think the video is coming out tomorrow. May and I will make a decision tomorrow about that. But go subscribe. It's going to be good. And yeah, the meetup was great. The only thing that I would say is it should have been a 2-day thing. It went that good. Amit and Jess did such a good job. It was so well organized. The energy was great. And so many freaking people came. I mean, you gotta understand, it was cold. It was probably 15 degrees out, and there was a line of 50 to 75 people waiting to get in. I mean, crazy. And everybody had a great time. And William, by the way, painted a picture. It's in the background of me holding a baby cat.
Yeah, he was in chat earlier.
He was? William, amazing job.
Yeah.
Heroic.
I saw him in chat. Anyway, yeah, that was a ton of fun. Even just going through all the pictures and everything, I'm like, man, this is something special. I like looking through, I'm like, man, I have to realize, like, this is the golden hour of my life. Like it's not going to get better than this.
Don't
And
say that. The ride's only beginning.
I'm not going to take anything for granted. And I know not everyone gets these sort of experiences, and I'm just like, I don't know, makes me want to work so hard. And I called you after the thing too, and I'm like, I couldn't believe your generosity amidst generosity. Just realized that, like, you know, whatever you give back, like it comes back to you in terms of generosity as well. I'm learning so much from you guys, and yeah, it's a wild experience. Like I'm just sitting in bed, just like stirring in my head. I'm just like, how did this happen?
Well, listen, I think it's going to be really good over the next couple of years. I am planning on going to the LA meetup now. So we cleared a few things. The shadow government told me to go. So I believe I am going to go. It's at the end of March. I think more information will be coming out in a week or two. So I am planning on going to the LA one. I'm not going to be going out of the country just yet. So no Singapore for me. But if Mid does a Canadian one, maybe I'll venture into Canada. But yeah, I'm gonna try to go to a bunch of them. So I'm gonna see what I can do at work and everything. But I'm gonna definitely get out to the LA one. I'm super excited for another one in the New York area, and I think that they're really good events. Hopefully, it's every quarter, and you know the mods are amazing, and my mistake, I should have got a hotel with everybody the night before the event. So the next time that we do it in New York,
Dude,
I will be staying at the hotel with everybody.
The hotel was such a good idea because it was almost like a little gathering spot. Like everyone had their own room. Then we just go in the lobby. Like every time I woke up and I just went down to go get lunch, there was somebody there.
Yeah.
Like we essentially kind of like booked out the hotel, right? So like I just went down, didn't text Matt, didn't text Tevis, just went down and I was like, oh, Mary is down here. And so I was just like hanging out with Mary and her husband, Alan. And we were just talking about, you know, I think she was telling me about her experience with investing in Bombardier and all these different companies. I was just like, this is so sick.
Can we just talk about Dougie Dallas for a minute? The fact that he broke out the white suit,
the fashion is insane.
It was insane.
Yeah, and the light up shoes and everything.
Oh,
he was
so
just going off.
Like Dougie in the white suit was so classic. Great guy, hilarious. It was freaking great.
Yeah, yeah. There were a bunch of people that came from like the UK. I don't know if you met James and all them. Like they were phenomenal. And they were telling me they're like, yeah, your midday stream that's at 1 o'clock there is like 6 o'clock for us. So like I bugged the crap out of my wife and everything because like I play it on the TV during dinner time. And I was like, dude, like it's crazy to hear. Well, even right now, like I have something like 650 people in chat right now. And at one point, I think like we almost hit 800. There was only 350 people in that room. And it felt like more people than I could have ever imagined. And it's like the numbers just feel like, but these are all investors. It's nuts to put into perspective. Like whenever you see somebody.
And it's a networking event. I'm surprised. I mean, I shouldn't be, but the amount of people that were actually in finance that worked at Morgan Stanley or worked at JP Morgan that came up to me at the event, I was surprised. I mean, there's a lot of people. It's not, I mean, you had a mix, you had dentists there, you had scientists there. Mm-hmm. It was very interesting. And one common theme, everybody is into finance. This was a true networking event also. I mean, I'm on a group text on WhatsApp with the Florida boys. I mean, there's a group of 8 of us now on that thread. Like I made some pretty great connections that, I would highly suggest if one is in your area or you have the time to go to one, that it is well worth it. Everybody was super nice. And it was just the way that Amit and Jess did it was so great because Amit broke it up into groups, and they had groups go and sit down with Amit. And I think that was really important because if you went there by yourself, you got put in a group with other people and you sat down with them to talk to Amit for a certain amount of time. And it made you make friends immediately. Like it was such a good idea.
Yeah. I think that was Angelo's idea, by the way.
If it was Angelo's idea, I mean, that was a great idea.
But even then, like Amit was like, oh, you know what? You guys should like amongst each other exchange numbers, emails, what have you. And there were so many groups that were talking that like it wasn't just about me or Steve or Amit or whatever. It was like, no, we're all invested in similar names, and you know, other people have different ideas, but the same sort of investing mindset. So that's also what I liked, man. I need to get a group chat with all the mods and everything together too. Like I love the community in the ways that Amit's doing it. I can learn so much.
Yeah, we do need to get a group chat with all the mods. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredible. It was really, really done well. And I'm super proud of Amit. I mean, he's grown so much and he gave 2 great speeches and the event was great. And look, I run, or I should say that not like that, but I've run events for golf outings and that type of thing. They did a great job. I mean, the venue was beautiful. It was huge. And even though there was around 350 people there, it didn't feel crammed.
I mean, it felt busy.
Busy is different than crammed. It's not like you weren't able to move around.
Yeah.
You know, they had a very big venue, which was good.
Dude, I appreciate the call outs on the food places that we went to. I don't even remember the name of the second place, but
the one we went to at night?
Yeah, they were
or
both
the one we
great.
went to on Saturday in the city.
Dude, the amount of food that we ordered at that first place, because they were handing out like boxes of pizza, I took one of those back to the hotel. I had no idea. I thought there was like a slice or two in it. I was like, yeah, it'll be good nighttime
No,
food.
they made party food.
There was like 7 slices in there. It took me like
Yeah, that's my spot, man.
They sent me home with a pizza.
Yeah, they don't really normally do it. Like that's my spot. Like I go there all the time.
Yeah. Well, then I won't call it out or anything.
No, I mean Patsy's Pizzeria, 42nd between 2nd and 3rd. Like they're amazing.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah,
everything was phenomenal. I don't usually eat like that. I mean,
we could tell.
Dude, I passed out. I like what a carb load, but honestly, it was phenomenal.
I'm impressed you didn't go near the sugar. I didn't go near it either because how much pizza I ate. But
no sugar, no alcohol.
Now that pizza is, I like all types of pizza, but I love that style because it's the really thin crust. Like you can eat 4 or 5 slices of that and like still want more.
Here we go. Transitioning the food, Jake says.
I mean, food's amazing and it brings everybody together. Look, we had a great time. I think we had around 25 people in a private room for that. And it was just great. I mean, it was freaking great. I'm actually going out to lunch with Uzi and Amit next week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. Amit's still in the
true.
Amit like Amit or Amit Patel?
No, Amit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because Uzi his company has an office where I am. So we're like, we're right here. So I said to Amit, why don't the 3 of us get lunch? So we're figuring out lunch for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, the community is amazing. I mean, and like, look, Bergman, first time I met him, awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. There's a guy in chat called Staples. You call him Staples or something. And he was there. I don't know if you took a picture with him.
I took a lot of pictures. I'm not sure.
His name was Caleb. I've got it. He sent me a photo. Tell me if you remember this guy. But
the amount of photos that are on X of us is freaking crazy. Do
you remember that guy?
Oh yeah, I talked to him for a while.
Yeah, I think he's a mod in your chat as well.
Yeah, I talked to him for a while. Really nice kid.
Really nice.
Really nice.
But dude, everyone was nice.
Great.
Like There was not a bad experience, which is the funniest thing. Like, you think, like, I don't know, it's like the community is so large, like someone that's a little off might show. It does, like, for real, everyone was so normal. Everyone was just like absolute ladies and gentlemen that I would be happy to hang out with.
I mean, it looks like Jess just sent me a can I copy this? How do I download this?
Is Jess going to help me out with my event? Is she listening right now?
I have no idea. She sent
Jess,
this
are
to
you
me
gonna help me
earlier,
out
a
with my
picture of
event?
us from the whatchamacallit, cigar shop.
Also, with the announcement that I have for Friday, it's not a personal life thing. I know a bunch of people said I'm going to welcome a baby or propose or something like this. No, it's specifically content focused. This one's for you guys. Yeah.
I want to show something. Give me a sec. Here it is. So freaking Danielle took a bunch of pictures. I mean, freaking awesome.
ZW just said I was the one wearing the TSMC shirt. I know exactly who you are. That's so funny. I said you had a great shirt.
All right, I want to show a couple of these. Hold on. God, these are hilarious. These are so hilarious, these pictures. All right, I'm showing them right now. These are hilarious. Wait till you see these. I didn't realize that we took this many.
You have like a collection of photos. I need some of these if you have them.
Yeah, I will make one and send it to you.
Throw it in a Google Drive or something.
I got to go through X because so many people put pictures on X of us that I need to go through that. Okay, it's in a separate window.
Also, dude, I got sent the photo. Yeah, why didn't you post that one on X, bro? I look normal there. The one that you posted, I'm hiding behind Chris.
So this one got sent to me by Danielle.
Yeah.
Amit sent me one to my phone that I put on X.
Dude,
these came to me today.
That blew up with like thousands of likes, and I look like a creep, dude.
Yeah, Michelle, send whatever pictures you have, please. Hold on, you gotta see this one.
Wait. Let's look real quick at the one that you uploaded. 1.2 thousand likes.
All right, one sec. Check this out.
Look,
check this out.
Yeah, that's great.
They don't call me the milkman for nothing. All right.
For real though, that killed me. I drank the yogurt. I'm lactose intolerant. I was having stomach pains the whole time.
What flavor did you take?
Blueberry was the best.
How great was the blueberry pomegranate?
It's phenomenal.
It's so freaking good.
Kelly says you don't look that bad. No, I didn't look bad in the photo that you just saw. Put up this photo. What is that, man?
What do
I'm
you
like
mean?
hiding
behind. Fine.
Here, wait. That doesn't even give it justice. Let's look here. Put that up. Bro. What?
You look fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's going on? It makes me seem shy. I was not shy at all.
It's the way Chris has his head tilted.
Just like. But the other photo that you didn't post, I'm completely normal in that photo.
Dude, you're completely normal regardless.
Also, Chris looks crazy in that photo. No, like he looks like the cutest little boy in that photo. He's like,
oh, I got to download this and show this. Hold on. So I think people thought I was messing around, that I was actually going to bring freaking milk. I showed up at this event with 2 coolers full of stuff.
Dude, like I'm saying, I really enjoyed your generosity. Not just the money that went into this, but you, if I'm not mistaken, you had to drive out to go get those. Like, you know.
Oh, they come near us to a farmer's market, so I went in the morning, and it was more walking from where I parked to the restaurant, but it was well worth it.
Well, all right, but still, I was blown away by all your generosity. Even at the restaurant there, it was great.
No, I mean, look, happy to do it. Amit did most of it. The little part that I played, I'm happy to do it.
I get enough Jeffrey Dahmer comments as it is, and now I'm hiding behind Chris like some weirdo.
We gotta show. All right, Michelle, we're gonna show these. Thank you for sending. This is the okay. Let me download these real quick. Awesome. Oh, this is such a good one. All right. Michelle, do you have any from Patsy's at all the day before?
I took a small video at Patsy's.
Yeah, Michelle, if you took some at Patsy's, send them to me. I don't know that we have any pictures from
I just wish I took a video at Patsy's whenever all the food was out, because it was crazy, dude.
Oh, Michelle did. Can I show it on
Can
here?
you show it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what? Why am I doing something in it?
No. Because there's sound in it.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. I don't know if I'm saying anything or if anyone's saying anything. But
all right, let me.
Yeah, I don't think there was music playing at that restaurant. It's not copyrighted content. It's created by Michelle.
All right, we're good. I just played to make sure that nobody was saying anything, and we're good. So let me show these, and I'll show the video.
Everyone was making fun of me because of my sleep habits.
What do you mean your sleep habits?
At dinner. By the way, I met Steve's wife, and she's amazing, and we had a great time.
She is amazing.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, there I am. I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah. So that was the night of the event. It was great. Let's see.
No. Sorry, that was the dinner. Okay, sorry. I thought this was the Patsy's thing. This was
no. This is the dinner the night of the event. This was at the cigar bar.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
You should have come. It was great.
Nah.
Everybody had a blast. It was really good. Really good.
I heard a bunch of people regretted it because they all stunk.
Maybe. Hold on.
Yes.
Oh, here's one.
Kelly said she saw Davis. Davis was drunk in that photo.
Me and Michelle.
He had too much to drink.
And then, all right. So this is the video that you want me to show. I don't think I can download it, so I'm just going to show it from Instagram.
I don't know what video you're talking about.
Hold on.
Okay. It was just food on food on food on food on food. Right. But this doesn't even give you the grand scope. Like that table just kept going.
It just kept going. I mean, there's 25 people there. It just kept going.
It was the whole upstairs.
Yeah. Just kept going. No, it was great.
But there wasn't a single thing that I ate that time that was like, where can I just get some chicken? Like everything was like pasta, pizza.
Chicken parm on the table.
Yeah, I know. Take chicken and cover it with more bread, and yeah. It was a carb load.
It was a carb load. It was great.
It was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was a great time. And for me, it was the experience of hanging out with everybody, meeting everybody, and everybody that has similar interests. I think it's hard that it's truly a community. I mean, this is truly a community that's only going to get bigger. And it's so important because I think that there's so many people that don't have an outlet to talk about stocks and talk about finance. It's in the past been a taboo thing to talk about. Don't discuss money, this type of thing. And I know a lot of people that don't have any interest in talking about it. I mean, it's actually pretty crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a great time. It was a great time. I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm hoping that
Are you going to
more
LA?
people come.
No?
So, what?
Are you going to LA?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to LA.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to LA.
Michelle said she sent a better Patsy's video.
Yeah, I'm going back to it now. I have a request that was sent in, so I need to screen it first. Hold on.
A request that was sent in. Everything is yeah, it's big league with you. Requests that have to be approved. You gotta sign NDAs. Yeah. Yeah, New York City round 2 would be really fun. My understanding is that maybe that happens a year from now, something like this. Oh, Jerwang. Is that how you say that? Tanner standing like a soldier. Dude, I think I might be the least photogenic person in the world. Go ahead.
Look at that chicken parm right there, Tanner.
No, I know. It was good.
You gotta get 14. I can get
The whole thing.
it. Okay, I need to.
Oh, it was good. There was like 20 pizzas there.
I mean, it was good. Yeah, we ordered a lot of food.
I can't tell you how not photogenic I am. Every photo that like Michelle's, I was standing all weird. Oh man, whatever. Well, I know you guys are saying that I'm overthinking. I actually, the truth is, I don't even remotely care. Like,
I mean, you sound like you do.
Well, I do think it's interesting how awkward and weird I am. But at the end of the day, I'm not like planning on changing it, and I'm not like, you know, I'm not vying for anyone's attention or anything like this. So like, I don't care that much. Dude, look at this hair. I'm just balding. It just keeps going back. I don't actually like. I just find it interesting that it is happening. Not that I'm like, it's not keeping me up at night.
If you want to follow, I'm only putting stuff from the podcast on here. So there'll be nothing else on here. So if you want to follow it for stuff about the podcast, you're more than welcome to. Please make sure you see Tanner on Friday because it's going to be incredible. Super excited for him. And yeah, I mean, listen, this is
Hope all
I'm
goes well.
excited about where things are going. The community is amazing.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's wrap this up. Sauna time.
Sauna time. Get it done. Get it done. You didn't just do that, Steve. I have 4 good Dodger seats if you want to go to a game while you're in LA. No hard feelings. I appreciate that so much. I don't think I'm going to be there that long. I'm probably just going to be there for like 48 hours. So maybe another time. But thank you. Yeah, everybody, thank you for being here. Truly appreciate it.
Greedy little fingers going in for more.
You love pizza. So anyway,
and Steve was there.
Anyway, yeah, take it down. Let's go. Talk to everybody later. We will be tomorrow. We will be Amazon earnings. You're doing Amazon?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll probably come on for Amazon. I have a board meeting that I have to go to. So I think Amit and I are going to stream at 9:30. I think our episode is going to drop. So go from there.
Thanks, guys.
Don't get shook in the market. It's probably temporary. gaps get filled, reversals happen. I don't know what else to say.
We
Any
will be
last
fine.
parting words?
Do I have any more words?
Any parting words? We're going to be fine.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're of course we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Like this is short-term pain. And as long as you have a long time horizon, I mean, the goal is to not panic and sell. I mean, sell if you think there's greater opportunities, if you really think the companies that you're holding are failing. But unless it shows up in the financials, most likely it's an overreaction.
Most likely.
Like
AMD is live now. Nice. All right, everyone. Have a great night. We will see you later.
Bye, guys.